Hello everybody, welcome to another You Pick the Card tarot reading. So this week you have the Zen Osho to choose from. That's the card on the left. Card in the middle is the Vampire Tarot, and the card on the right is the Llewellyn Classic Tarot, which I just purchased. It is just, I haven't had the chance to work with it much yet, but it is just a stunning deck. I can't wait to work with it and probably do a review on it. So anyways, guys, take a look. Ponder which card that you want to pick for this week, and then I'll be back to give you your message. Okay, so if you pick the card on the left, the Zen Osho Tarot, you got the Six of Cups, and it's called the Dream in this deck. Now, the Six of Cups is a card about nostalgia. It's a card about good memories. It's a card about, very often it's associated with, you know, childhood. In the Rider-Waite version of this card, we see these two children. They appear to be children in this marketplace. One of them is looks like a little older boy, and then there's a little girl, and the boy is giving the girl some flowers. And it's a very sweet image. In this version of the card, we see this woman who is sitting looking kind of lonely, and in the background we get, this is her imagination. She's remembering this relationship that she had with this person, and she looks very sad. It's obvious that she feels like she's missing this relationship, and there's a lot of nostalgia. There's a lot of good memories with this relationship. And it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be a situation. It could be an old job, or just something that you really were fond of. Something that you had a lot of good feelings about in the past, and you're thinking about this. So your message for the week could be that you are thinking, you are reminiscing, you're kind of in that mode. Perhaps you're feeling a little bit sad. Maybe you're missing somebody. Maybe you're missing an old place that you used to frequent, whether it's an old job or a school or just like a neighborhood, or, you know, a place you used to live, something like that. You're just kind of missing it, and you're feeling a little bit, you know, sad and wistful about it. This card could also be telling you that you need to reminisce, you know, look back at your life and look back at your memories, and maybe think about what you have learned from all these past experiences. What have they taught you? How have they contributed to making you the person that you are today? And if you are feeling sad, if you are feeling lonely for somebody or missing somebody, that's not the greatest feeling. I know. I have been there many times. But these feelings often pass. You know, we kind of go through these modes where, you know, we're feeling a little bit down, and we're feeling a little bit lost, and just feeling like we're really missing something from our lives, and they do pass. Don't get too caught up in nostalgia. That's another message you could be getting from this card, because very often we tend to romanticize things, right? Maybe relationships that we really put on a pedestal, people we put on a pedestal, we forgive them all sorts of things that we would never forgive anybody else. And, you know, we can let a situation go on for way too long, you know, because we really love the person. Even though we know something, it really isn't good for us or isn't working, you know, we just don't want to let go, right? Because the feelings we have associated with that person are so strong, and they're so deep, you know? So, ask yourself that as well, you know, like if you're missing somebody, and if you're really kind of putting that person on a pedestal and you know, feeling like you need them in your life, you know, if you're in that kind of a situation, you know, really take a step back and look at it objectively as you can, and ask yourself, was it really that good? Was this relationship really that good for me? You know, because if it was, why is it in the past? You know, did you grow apart, or was it because there were just so many problems that you had to part, you know? So, yeah, this card is telling you to reflect, you know, reflect on these things. Let me just look at this for another minute here, because yeah, and when you're so caught up in missing somebody and, you know, kind of thinking about them all the time, you could be missing things that are right in front of you. So if you're missing a past relationship, there could be one, you know, right in front of you or just about to come your way. But because you're so obsessed and because you're so caught up in thinking about this other person, you're going to miss it, you know. So remember that as well. You know, yeah, it's sad when people we love go out of our lives, but they come and go for a reason. And if you're too caught up in missing them and not wanting to let go, you will miss, actually, what could be so much better for you, you know? So think about it that way, okay? So, middle card is the Vampire Tarot, which is a very, very cool deck. Whoops, let me just straighten this. Sorry, guys. Okay, and this card it's reversed. This is the Ace of Holy Water, and I think it's called Holy Water in this deck. So this would be the Ace of Cups, another Cups card, and it was reversed. Okay, so this is very interesting image. This is a really, really cool deck. It's very dark and moody, as you would expect from the Vampire Tarot, right? And it's based on the Bram Stoker story, Dracula, and it has characters from the story in this deck, throughout the deck. But anyway, so in this card, we see this vial of holy water that's sitting on this pedestal in front of this tree, and the tree is spouting water coming out of its branches, and it's got a lot of leaves. So let me just... Okay, so the Ace of Cups in general. Aces are always about beginnings. They're about new beginnings, new opportunities, things coming our way, things that are that are coming into being for us, okay? And the Suit of Cups, or the Suit of Holy Water in this case, is all about emotions, about feelings, things that mean a lot to us. So this is a new opportunity coming to your life in an emotional way. This could be a new relationship. This could be just a new way of feeling about yourself or others. The Cups and water is also about your spirit, you know, about your spirituality. So you could be embarking on a new kind of spiritual practice, or a spiritual way of looking at the world. Okay, so this card came up reversed. So when we get a reversal, this indicates, for me, it indicates an opposite, the opposite of this. So again, I think this really, these are individual cards, but it's relating back to this one, this Cups card. This is an opposite. So this is a new opportunity coming to your life, but you're not seeing it, or you will miss it. Okay, so you have to be alert for new things that are coming into your life. Pay attention. If there's somebody new that you meet, it could be a new friendship, could be a new a relationship, a romantic relationship, and it just could be a whole new way of looking at things. But if you're set in your ways and kind of closed off, you may not allow this to happen, you know. Let me just look at this card for a little bit longer here. You know, it's funny. I was just watching, there's this guru that I love on YouTube. His name is Nityananda. And I was just watching a video by him where he was talking about how you have to say yes to life, you know. Saying no to life is death. And the blackness, the darkness in this card reminds me of death. It's kind of choosing death over life, you know. And some of us can get really, really stuck in our ways, you know. Either it's out of fear, or just, you know, just not wanting to leave a secure way of being, you know, and then we miss out on all kinds of opportunities and all kinds of things that can help us grow. And that's really what this card is kind of saying to me. It's like, you have this new opportunity, you have this new relationship, this new friendship, or this new way of looking at life or going about life available to you, but you're not seeing it, or you're refusing to see it, or you're afraid to see it, you know? Don't close yourself off. Say yes to life. You know, it's true. You know, life is all about experience. We grow through experience. And if we're too afraid to try new things or meet new people or whatever, you know, we're never going to grow. We're never going to evolve. So I think that is the message coming from this card for you this week if you pick this card. Okay. Lastly, card on the right is the Llewellyn Classic Tarot, if you pick that card, and that card is the Nine of Swords. As you can imagine, as you can tell by looking at this card, it looks pretty scary, looks pretty daunting, and the swords are all about our thoughts, about our mental realm. And this is somebody who is just consumed with worry, consumed with fear, stress. It also can signify depression. The person is, I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit of glare here, but the person in this card has got their hand over their face as if either they have a headache or they're just kind of putting their hand over their face to say, oh my God, like I can't take this anymore. So if you're in this kind of a situation right now, if you've been going through a lot of stress and worry in your life, just remember that it will not always be this way. And the more that you focus on what's going wrong in your life, the more you're going to feel this way. You know, when you focus on the negative, you draw more negativity to you. It just grows, it festers. So, you know, it's always advisable to get out of this kind of mode as fast as you can. You can't force it, you can't push it, but focus on what's positive in your life. Focus on the things that are going right. Don't think so much about the things that are going wrong. I mean, obviously, if there's things that need to be addressed in your life, address them. You know, think about solutions. Think about things that you can do to change things. But, you know, don't ruminate on them, or don't allow them to keep you awake at night. Well, that's kind of, sometimes we can't help that. That's another thing. This card can be about insomnia. You may be having trouble sleeping. So, yeah, the worst thing that you can do when you're going through a difficult situation is to just worry and stress, because really it does no good anyway. Worry is not going to change anything. The fact that you're worrying about something is not going to change it. You know, it takes time and it takes effort to change things. So if you're not happy with the way things are, you know, just realize that it's not going to be this way forever, and focus on the things that are going right, because there are definitely things that are going right. At the very least, you're getting up in the morning and you're breathing and you're alive, you know, and you can move. And those are good things. You know, at the very, very least, you can say that, right? And I'm sure there's many, many more positive things going on in your life than that. So choose to focus on those rather than the negative, and you will get through this. You will get through this phase. Do not worry. I think this card is just giving you reassurance that it will pass. It's not always going to be like this. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed our You Pick the Card reading for this week. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I have some exciting news. I will be reading tarot for the first time in public at a psychic fair in Hamilton coming up in about a week's time. I will post the info below. If you are in Toronto or the GTA, I would love it if you came to see me, get a reading, just come and say hi. You know, I would love to put a face to the people who watch my videos. It would be awesome. I would just love to meet you. So I will be putting that information in the description box, and the link to my website. The information's on my website as well. So yeah, if you can make it, I would love to meet you guys. That would be awesome. Okay, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. And for those of you who are my subscribers, I love you. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful weekend and all the best. And I will see you on Monday for our weekly reading. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I love you. Okay, bye for now.